Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a deck profile on my Noble Heroes. I just posted the locals report where it topped, got third place. It's a pretty solid deck and I got the consistency really high, so let's go. 3 Noble Knight Madrot. Probably the main card you want to draw into. It's a really good card. It's a normal light type monster when not equipped with a Noble Arms. But when it is equipped with the Noble Arms, it becomes level 5 Dark, and it gets the effect to special summon a Noble Knight from your deck and then destroy the Noble Arms equipped to it. And the cool thing about Noble Arms is they'll immediately reattach to the other monster you have. So yeah, you're going to run 3 of him, he's great, and he's searchable by Rhoda. So yeah. I'm going to run 3 Noble Knight Gawain. The only reason I'm actually running 3 is because the deck needs Madrot to have targets. And he's not bad in your hand either. Like this and a Madrot is an instant Shockmaster. If you control a light normal monster, you can special him from your hand. So obviously the Madrot play is Madrot, the Noble Arm, special summon out of Gawain, re-equip the spell to Gawain, and then special your other Gawain from hand because Madrot will be a level 4. So it will be a normal light monster again. Then we're going to run the hero build, which at the moment is 2 Elemental Hero Neos Alias. It's a normal light type monster, so it works with Gawain. It's just an all-around good card, big beater. And then we're going to run 2 Elemental Hero Bubbleman. I find 3 gets a bit cloggy in the deck, and your plays still go up. Plus it's an amazing top deck late game, and it enables you to go into absolute 0. Then we also have 1 Stratos. Obviously the Rhoda plays, the E-Call plays. This card's unbelievable, and it's an immediate +1 if you reborn it, or if you just normal summon it. And later game, you can also use it to pop spells with secondary effect. Then we're going to have 1 Honest. I know there's not that many targets, but honestly 90% of your Xyz are light, so he's a good thing to run. And that's it actually for the monsters. We're only going to be running 12, just because of the amount of searching we can do with the deck. So we're going to move on to spells now. We're going to have 2 Noble Arms, Arfdutier. Not even really going to attempt to pronounce it. It's a good card, destroys a set card, but you lose permanent 500 attack. Obviously, if you use this with Madrot, you're probably just going to Xyz anyway. So it's pretty much a +2, or even more plus, because you go Madrot, pop a back row, or a set monster, special out Gawain, reattach to Gawain, pop a back row or set monster, and then you overlay. So it's a really good card, especially against Geargias and Lightsworns. Then we're going to run 2 Noble Arms Caliburn. Honestly, people say this one is worse than the 1000 attack one. I think that's Gated, and I prefer this. Like, I had 2 of these on the field against Chainburn. It was the best thing ever. It's a great card. It still gives you a 500 attack boost, but with no permanent loss. And if you're going off on the Madrot Gawain combo, you get to gain 1000 life points, which is always nice. And then we're going to run 2 Miracle Fusion. Obviously for the hero section, trust me, this is never dead. It's really easy to search out, it's really easy to search out your heroes, and it's really live to have a miracle at all times. And then for the rest of the heroes, we're going to be running 2 Emergency Call. You may say 2 with 5 heroes is a bit much. Trust me, this thing always comes in handy. It's amazing to draw the E-Call. And then for consistency, 2 dualities. Normally your first turn is actually just setting up, and then your second turn you can either OTK or try and save your resources. So duality helps in setting up, getting the traps you need. 1 Heavy, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Rhoda, and 1 Reborn. That's it for the spells. Now for the traps. Normally Noble Knight decks don't run a lot of traps. I actually find that the Noble Heroes work incredibly well with tons of traps, and that's what gives you a bunch of your victories. So we're going to run 2 Phoenix Chain. One of my favorite cards in the meta at the moment. It's unbelievable. It's a Veiler that stops attacks. Then we're going to run 2 Deep Prison, also one of the great trap cards of the format. Against Fire Kings, Chaos Dragons, Mermails, anything just banishing their monsters is generally a pain. 2 Mirror Force. Yeah, it's Mirror Force. It's probably one of the... It is probably my favorite trap card ever. Just that immediate field destruction is really nice. 2 Bottomless Trap Hole. Most usable trap other than Mirror Force. It's really great. Just, yeah, in all situations you can use this, so I love my Bottomless. And now for the other traps, I'm going to be running 1 Torrential Tribute and 1 Compulse. I find Torrential Tribute is okay, but the thing is your deck commits a lot to the field, so you don't want to destroy your own field halfway through and then suffer the consequences. And Compulse is just good this format. The problem is some decks it's pretty bad against. Like Compulse their High Priestess during the battle phase, sure, but if this thing gets popped, you're still pretty much screwed. You can chain it to a Megalo, but then they just get their searches off the Dragoons or whatever they discarded and they can do it again. So it's a great card, don't get me wrong, but it only has its limited uses. And then we're going to be running 1 Starlight. You commit to the field a lot, and it's actually just a great card. It's, in case you get Mirror Force or something, this can really save your ass. Warning and Judgment. Actually, normally side the Judgment out. I find it a bit slow, this format. Or whatever. Okay, so that's actually the main deck. It's exactly 40 cards. So now we're going to be moving on to the extra. So, yeah, we're going to be running 1 Stardust for the road. We're going to be running, ignore the drawings on the Shinings. 2 Shinings and 1 Absolute Zero. And we're going to be running 2 Heroic Champ... sorry. It's not really organized. There we go. 2 Heroic Challenger Excalibur. Sorry, Champion. It's one of my favorite cards to go into. Gets over really anything. And it's just great for the Excalibur Miracle play. So, 2 of him. 1 Star Liege. One of my favorite cards. It's a draw when you destroy it, and the effect negation is unbelievable, plus it's permanent. Even when he leaves the field, it still affects the monster. Shockmaster, this deck makes him incredibly easy, but I might actually take him out. I mean, Shockmaster is a great card, but I find against a lot of the meta decks, they just get rid of him too easy. Veshki Merogeist, it's against Mermails and stuff. This is actually going to be placed by a Steel Swarm Roach, but I still like the card, and it's not actually bad. XYZ to run puts the opponent's monster destroys back into the deck instead of to the grave. So it's good against like X-Sabers and stuff like that. Black Ship, Gachis, Senmains, just pushing for game if you need a bit more damage than Cowboy. Blade Armor, Bisquall against Mermails. Oh, and by the way, Abyss Dweller is, you can make it with Bubbleman, obviously, and then if you have an Ab-Zero or something, if you can Miracle, you have a 3k Ab-Zero and a 2300 Abyss Dweller. Cowboy, so good late game. Just, also it's a warrior, so it works with no arms. You just put them in defense, pop their spells and traps, and then do 800 burn damage a turn. Maestroke, obviously still very viable even with Black Ship being released. And 1 Ortorgus. Thing is, I'm not actually maining MST because the Sword are my main MST, and Strato also works as an MST. So he's a good card, don't get me wrong, but sometimes there's just a lot more useful things to go into. I have gone into him multiple times though, and I don't mind the card. I might take it out though. Finally, we're going to go up to the side deck. I'm going to be sending in 2 Duradarks for regionals, because nearly everybody already has Evil Swarms built through Dual Terminal. But yeah, 1 Super Poly. Anything that runs lights, waters, it's unbelievable against the hero matchup. Fuse their 2 monsters together. 2 MST, Trap Heavy decks, Mermails, 2 Lance, Fire Fist or Trap Heavy decks. This thing's unbelievable against Fire Fists, obviously. 2 Mind Crush, one of the best cards in the format. 2 Dimensional Fisher, also a really good card against a lot of decks. 2 Soul Drain, it's still really good against Mermails, Dark Worlds. 2 Imperial Iron Wall, save me against windups. Use this before entering the battle phase, and he flipped up a D Prism, but didn't realize that, this stopped it, so it actually saved my life. It's a great card, and it's going to be even better when E-Dragon stuff come out. And 2 Thunder King, also an amazing side. It's a bitch to get past. The free special negate, and he's light, so he works with Honest. So that's actually it for the deck. If you guys have any comments, please tell me. Yeah, thanks for watching the video.